Welcome back to 710 Garage. I'm Jeremy, and I'd like to welcome back Brian, Roger, and Chet. You know, it's good to see you guys back, and hopefully you'll come back for another one afterward. Anyways, we're on to a new project tonight. I told you we had a bunch of stuff moving in and out, and this is the next one. So we got a 2010 Chevy Silverado here, Sierra, whatever, same thing. And the frame is rotted where the sway bar mounts. So the rest of the truck doesn't look too bad. So we're gonna crawl underneath, we're gonna take a peek at what it needs, and try to get a game plan on how we're gonna fix it. So we got the sway bar end link off over here, and that allowed us to pull the sway bar itself out of the way. Now you can see right here where that mount used to be, there's some of it left over here on the sway bar bushing, but not much of it. So what we're going to do is start to grind all this down, and we'll make a plate up, we'll get a plate welded in, and try and reinforce it a little bit since there's not much to push up on here that's left any longer. So let's go grab the grinder and clean it up and get going. Alright, so we're back and we got it cleaned up to where we can start trying to figure out what we're going to do with a bracket. So, as you can see here, we cut this off pretty close. We're going to still flatten it out there, and we cut off the ear that was stuck out this way. Now, I went in my drawer of goodies over there and I found this bracket that I don't remember what I made it for, but here we are. So, this thing will nest up like this. I can set it around the frame. We're gonna have to cut it much shorter, but if I cut an angle here on the end so it mates up with that cross member, and we cut a couple inches off, I think this will about work. And being that it's going to wrap around the frame up here on this side, it'll be plenty strong enough to where it won't want to walk like this once you start putting some load into that sway bar. So what we're gonna do is mark this thing up and get it ready to slice. Alright, so there you can see our piece. We're going to be welding up this surface here and up the front surface. But what we want to do is drill a hole at the end of this line where my finger is, and the far side of the hole, or on the line on that side. So this is going to sit a little bit, I don't know, not straight, kitty corner, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Just because I angled this in to be able to weld to the frame here and give this thing some sideways stability. So all I did was put a big clamp, as you can see, across here, across the frame. Made my couple spots. We'll go drill the holes now. I'm going to weld a nut to the back side so you can just thread this thing up. And yeah, that should be pretty much it, I think. We'll weld it up, give it a coat of paint. Now, when I went to undo this sway bar end link right here I'm pointing at, it broke, so we're going to have to get new end links for it. But yeah, that's all she wrote, really. So let's pull it out of here and drill some holes and see where we get. right, so let's spin you around. As you can see, I got one tack here and one tack just above my finger. And I had to go get some water in a squirt bottle because there's a bushing right here for this lower control arm and we don't want to melt it. So what we're going to do is soak this area here with water. We'll soak from this bolt down with water so that any heat that is transferred out of this piece as we weld is going to get cooled by the water. And we'll stop occasionally and respray it just to kind of keep this thing cool so we don't kill this bushing. Now over on this side, I'm not too worried about the heat as it's the frame. And then as we come up this side here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to squirt this guy right here with some water as well. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, cue the time lapse. So just like that, we ran out, grabbed a couple end links, put the end links on this thing, driver side and passenger side. We used that L bracket on the passenger side where that mount was rotted. It has about a 3-inch upright and a 2.5-inch lower portion, if you want to call it that. That's just a piece that I had. You could definitely use something smaller, 2x2 or whatever, but it is steel that I had here that was already bent that would fit, so that's what we used. I drilled a couple holes, dropped some carriage bolts down through it, and it's as easy as that to replace this thing. Hopefully you find this video helpful if you have a similar truck with a similar problem. And hey, maybe you'll come back for some more to see what else we do on this channel. I'd like to throw a shout out to 52 Graphics right up here. These guys are the guys who do all of the banners, hats, shirts, stickers, keychains, all that kind of stuff that we go through here. And you know, I'm very, very, very lucky to have vendors like them and all everybody else in here that supports me. So if you need some kind of stuff like that, make sure you give 52 Graphics a call and make sure 710, mention 710 when you talk to them. So that's the end of this video, and hopefully you'll come back for another one. I appreciate you getting this far. Make sure you get out in your shop and do stuff. See ya.